Hi, Warrior. It's Traviseen here, and welcome back to our adventures in Azeroth. Last episode, we completed the dungeon Grim Batal, and today we are queued up for the Hall's Origination. We have 3 DPS and a healer. We're waiting on a tank. I queued up as DPS. And we've been waiting for close to 40 minutes now, so I have decided that we are just going to start questing. And if we get into the Hall's Origination, we get in. If not, it is what it is. And I hope you guys are doing well today. I'm doing pretty good. No snow on the ground in Toronto, which is great. It's January, we got no snow. I like snow during Christmas. That's like probably the only time I want to see snow on the ground. But I'm not a fan of shoveling it all the time, that's for sure. And we are halfway to 85, guys. Kind of surprised that we're almost there. Alright, so what are we looking for here? Well-preserved idols and trooper uniforms. Maybe I should get a little refresher on these. Fashionism. Idolatry. These are idols we're trying to pick up. And anchored spirits. See if I can get them to speak. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Looks like it's not working today. But it's a great add-on. I've enjoyed it. It is nice when it does work. I forget what it's called. Chatty little NPC, yeah. Got that when we got into Cataclysm. I picked it up just to check it out. I think the one for Classic is better. But Chatty NPC does work. The one for Classic's called VoiceOver. And the voices do sound like the NPCs. Like how you would imagine them to sound. And it looks like Xbox may supposedly bring all their big games to the PS5. Kind of shocked to hear that. So I assume that would be, I guess, Halo and any big, I guess, Xbox exclusive. All the Activision games, right? Blizzard games are not now part of Microsoft. They'll be playable on the PS5. I think they already are, probably. And it looks like Xbox is kind of done with the console war. Microsoft pretty much kind of moving on from that. Some people think that they may not even release like a new next generation of Xbox in the next 2 to 3 years. Supposedly we will see a handheld, but we may not see another console. And the reason being is I think they're just getting killed in sales. Like PS5 is supposedly outselling the Xbox 5-1. Supposedly the PS5 has sold 13 million more units than the Xbox. So we'll see what happens with that. I think Xbox is more focused now on getting people to subscribe for Xbox Game Pass. Which is pretty good. It's not bad. Like for the amount you pay per year, it's like cost of like 2 to 3 game releases nowadays. Games are going up in price at an insane amount. Let's get this here. And now that Xbox has said that, supposedly the PlayStation is going to bring back more of their own IPs. I don't know if they're going to allow, be nice and allow Xbox to put them on Game Pass. Probably not. But supposedly they're thinking about bringing back games like Parappa the Rapper. I don't know if you remember that game. It's like a fun little rap game where you have to line up raps or whatever. I haven't played that game in ages, but it's very old. It's like an old. I think it might be PlayStation 1 when that came out. Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter, Legend of Dragoon, and Twisted Metal. I used to love Twisted Metal growing up. That game was awesome. I hope they bring that back. That game would be kind of cool as a battle royale. I don't know if it would be good. It probably wouldn't be that great or popular, but it pretty much is sort of a battle royale, right? I've always looked at it that way. I think they're coming out with the Twisted Metal show. I heard about that a while ago. That'd be awesome, man. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I wonder if the PlayStation is going to come out with a new console next 3 years. They just came out with the PlayStation 5 Pro, which is supposedly comparable to a gaming computer with a 3070 or a 4060 in it. Video card. A decent system. It's honestly better than my computer. So I would imagine in the next 2 to 3 years, if they come out with the PlayStation 6, that console is going to be worth over $1,000 if they want to actually make it better than the PlayStation 5 Pro. Because it'll most likely have a video card in it that's comparable to, I would say, I assume a 4070, 4080. And I believe those have 16 gigabytes of VRAM. So who knows if that'll happen? You can afford to buy a console for over $1,000, right? It's just not really, for kids usually, right? Gaming is, I know it is an adult hobby now, but it's still seen as something you would buy your kid for Christmas. And I do look at gaming like it's an adult hobby. Most of the people I see in these games are adults, right? It's sort of kind of compared to watching shows or TV. It's pretty much the same thing, except you're interacting with the content instead of just sitting back and watching it, right? Still need to find one more idol. We need this Furious Essence. Can you get an item to get the essence, or does it just drop off the mob? I could imagine, old age homes for millennials. There's going to be video games all over the place. You know what I mean? Millennials, I think millennials love video games, to be honest. I don't know. We all grew up, watching the expansion of gaming from the, Super Nintendo all the way up to, the PlayStation 5 now. Even then, there's the Atari. But I think Atari's probably more... Is it a millennial? Maybe. I mean, it's more Gen X. Furious Spectral Essence. I should look into this. Angered Spirits. Oh, we have to use the L pack. I have to find out where the heck that is. Just put L here. I'm gonna die to this guy. What the heck's the L pack? It's gotta be like under quest items or where the quest items are. Questie should have it here. There it is. Siphons the essence from a Furious Spectre that has sustained at least 50% damage. Okay. Let's see if there it is right there. It's right at the top. Just put it here for now. And there's a little bit of drama going on now. The developer of Helldivers, he's saying that you shouldn't bring politics into gaming. Something that he's trying to avoid with Helldivers. And there's been like quite a bit of a clash about DEI in the gaming community recently. DEI stands for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. And I kind of agree that politics should not really be something that should be pushed in gaming. Right? It kind of takes away from the immersion of the game. Like usually when people play games, they're trying to, you know, sort of escape from day-to-day life and news. But at the end of the day, right, as long as the game is selling, that's mostly what these companies care about, right? As long as the shareholders' value is going up, right? That's really all that matters. So if those games are still... Got to use the thing there. But if the game is selling, right? They're just going to keep doing what they're doing. So it's really up to the consumer to decide and the market to decide if something should be pushed or not. Or politics should be, you know, in games. People are still buying the product, and it is what it is. You know, just keep doing what you're doing. But we'll see what happens, right? The market will decide. Companies are going to experiment with their games, right? And nothing really lasts. It's like World of Warcraft when they experiment with new game modes. You know, like if the game mode works out, they keep it. If it doesn't, next expansion, it's gone. But really, you're voting with your wallet most of the time. And the funny thing is, Helldivers, it's a little bit political. You know, I played the game a little bit, and it's all about, you know, spreading democracy and freedom. You know what I mean? So there's a little bit of politics in that game. So it is kind of ironic that he said that. But I can see what he's saying, and I kind of agree a little bit. And I think there's a balance. It's really all these companies need to find is like, what's the balance of of how much they can, I guess, push and what they should. I don't know. But it is a balancing act, I think, because they're trying to be inclusive, right? So that they can get more people to buy their games. But if they lose their core market, then obviously they've gone a little too far, I think. So we'll see what happens with that. I think most people don't care. And like the people still keep buying the games. that's what I think's gonna happen. That's what I think, yeah. Like there was this big thing about The Witcher 4 having like I think a female lead now. I think people will probably still buy The Witcher, even though like Geralt isn't like the main character. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't really know the story of The Witcher. I've just heard it's an amazing franchise. Awesome game. But we'll see what happens, right? I think it's going to probably sell well. The Witcher 3 was got what, Game of the Year? So Witcher 4 will probably do well, right? I think people will probably give it a try because, you know, the last game got Game of the Year. And it hasn't, you know, it's been a while since one has came out.
The eternal sun guides us.
Were you able to recover the uniforms we need?
Keep your wits about you.
Yep. Nothing good for us here, so we'll just take this plate chest. 13 gold.
Shorelaran.
Have you brought the idols, Goblin? There he is, Commander Schnatz, the Goblin Nazi. These look to be of sufficient quality. With these, we are one step closer to a cleansing ritual. And I read about this guy. Like, I didn't know about Commander Schnatz, and somebody was like kind of upset that it was like it was like sort of some of the quests are kind of linked to the Nazis in World War II. But the thing is, they're making a joke out of it. You know what I mean? Like, you should be able to. I know it's not a joke, but like, and that's the thing. It's a balancing act. It's just back to what I was saying. It's just a balancing act. Some people are gonna like it. Some people aren't. Well, little man, were you successful? Very good. You have earned yourself a place as the ritual. You shall be among the first to welcome Gobbles back to his original form.
At last. Time has come to set my Gobbles free of that nasty curse. Pay attention now, hero, and stay on guard. There can be no interruptions while I perform your ritual. Let me know then you have secured your perimeter. Now, move it.
All right, so I guess we secured the perimeter. The perimeter is secure, Commander. Very well, Jean. Let me just check my notes von last time. Yes, simple enough. Oh, Gobbles, we're ready to begin. Come. What the heck is this crap? What the heck is going on here? Feel sorry for that turkey, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Cook that bird. My poor Gobbles. What could have possibly gone wrong? I followed every last detail. Wait a second. What's this? You only brought me 8 idols. The ritual specifically calls for 9. 9. Out of my sight, Vishu. Ugh. That was probably not the transformation Schnatz was hoping for. No, 9. Make yourself useful.
Gobbles will be sorely missed, but your mission must not suffer.
Rip gobbles.
Perhaps Shura is something you can do to redeem yourself. Take one of your uniforms you recovered. My Varkers will not behave so aggressively. Lately, Zir morale has been a bit lacking. Some of your Varkers are refusing to perform Zir labors. Auk, your audacity. Find just a lazy imbeciles and convince them that G must hit the bark, or else.
No, we're looking kind of fancy here. Got our uniform on, now we gotta motivate them. Did they give us anything to motivate them? Do we have to, like, beat them up or something? It dresses you in a trooper uniform. Okay. I don't have to beat them up, do I? How do we persuade them? Take one of my uniforms received. My workers will not behave so aggressively. Supposedly we have to talk to them, don't we? Find the lazy imbeciles and convince them that they must get to work or else.
Gobbles will be sorely missed, but you...
Okay, what's going on here? We just have to beat them up? I don't think this is what we're supposed to do. We're really, they all stopped working. They're like, what the heck went out? What happened there? They're working less like dogs. We're getting nothing to show for it. Enough slacking, you're behind schedule. I should have never left an ours. Yeah. It's not always greener on the other side. So there's always one you can talk to here. I think just gotta find that person. I don't think I have to slay them though to speak to one, do I? That'd be kind of strange. He's pissed. I'm done working in this heat. Oh my gosh, we got into Hall's Origination. Perfect. We'll just fight this one last one. We'll queue up. We can do this quick. Get him down so we can not miss the queue. There we go. Another one was motivated. Hopefully we get in. There's another one over here. Well, I guess that one didn't get motivated since we finished them off. Here we are, guys, in the Halls of Origination. Do we have any quests here? I don't think so. We don't have any. I think we'll call this episode here. This is a big dungeon, guys. I'm going to call this here. I don't want it going over an hour. That's going to be the end of today's episode, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.